Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars, and you'll notice that there is a bunch of muddy water behind me. Yeah, we had a little bit of a flood here in the building last night. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but first off, just real quick, if you can support us, please do. We do appreciate that. You can go to normalguyssupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us. Use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. Plus, you can go to NG Supercars, our dealership website. I'm a little bit frazzled because we just spent couple $1,000s trying to redo the landscaping to prevent this, and we knew that there was a strong probability it wasn't going to totally resolve the issue, but this just confirmed it. So let me talk about that right after we talk about the cars that are in the shop and give you the status of the shop. So we love to bring you along as we do business and buy and sell cars, work on cars and all that stuff, and just show you what it's like running a small business and a small dealership. So we've got a client's car. This is getting a new clutch, and we have the trans out. We cleaned up the trans, found a couple of small issues that we're working on. We're gonna get that thing situated. Probably be put together early next week is my guess. We got a few things we need to fix on it. Over here, this is my friend Scott's car. Started off with just a rear main seal leak, and then there was a weird leak off the front of the off the front of the engine. Turns out it was the power steering fluid. We think the power steering fluid may have leaked onto the timing belts, causing the timing belts to get loose, because I swear when we first got the car, we pulled the timing belt covers and it wasn't this loose. And it's very loose right now. If you go in here and look at the timing belts, they're sketch loose. Like this car is about to blow up kind of loose. Grab a belt and look at that. It actually can flex far enough to hit the tensioner. That is like, I'm gonna grenade loose. Yeah, so I don't know if that's just, it was already like that. I don't feel like it was already like that, but anyway, so we have to do timing belt service, new tensioners, new bearings and all that stuff. We ordered the parts, should be here tomorrow if everything goes right. Josh's car, still gotta wrap up the timing belt service on that car, the major service I should say, because we're doing a lot of stuff on that. I'm gonna guess mid next week it'll be done. Hopefully, we need to get that car done out the door. Plus, I just wanna hear it again. It's such a cool car. LC500, this car is actually for sale. It is a consignment car. And over here is a car that's already sold, a yellow 360. It just got converted into a manual. Oh yeah, look at that. That just looks so good. We've got a few more things to wrap up on it, and then it can go to its new owner. Over there in the corner, 4x458, finally got the exhaust for that car, so we're gonna be starting on that car very soon. We got a few things we need to do to it. Black 458 that's for sale. My old 430 that, well, it's mid conversion and a bunch of other stuff that will be worked on shortly. And the Jag, which is just sitting there leaking oil, which apparently all that oil probably got pushed around by all the water that came in last night. Oh, and we also have the coaster bus outside, so it's a JDM Toyota bus. It's actually pretty cool. All right, so what happened here? Well, for those of you that haven't been watching our channel forever, we have a big hill that's behind the building. And when it would rain, water would come down the hill and, well, it would come into the shop. So I spent the better part of a week digging out that hill. To be fair, a lot of you were like, oh, that's not gonna do it. You're gonna need to do other stuff. And we kind of knew that, but it's one of those things where like we were gonna do it in stages. We wanted to dig out the hill and then eventually add like a French drain or something to help with water management. I was hopeful, but not totally optimistic that doing the hill would be enough that we wouldn't have to do both. And clearly we were proven that we do need to do both. It was part of the probable plan, but not part of the immediate plan. So now it's become a part of the immediate plan. So we are gonna have to do the trench or something sooner rather than later. It rained very hard last night. At one point I looked at my rain gauge and it said it was raining at a rate of about 5 inches an hour. And the storm was just a very slow moving, just high density storm. It wasn't like real windy or anything. It just was dumping water. My pool completely overflowed at my house. So here it just turned into a lake inside the building. So we need to get the water out of the building. And let me show you what's going on outside. So we have two things going on. The first one is the work I did digging out the hill. I mean, it did a good job. Admittedly, it is below grade. It's below the level of the building. So yeah, it turned into a lake. So the big problem is this is lower than the rest of the property. This is the big problem. The property kind of goes up and then back down. And so we're gonna have to dig a trench or something that we can use for water abatement that's at a level lower than the building all the way over until it finally meets grade, which is gonna be on the other side of the building. So we're gonna have to dig probably about a 200-foot long trench. It's pretty much gonna have to go up to this creek. So the water came in so hard last night, you can see it actually looks like it flooded up to here. I mean, it must have filled out this entire area. The good news is that that hill that was a result of all the dirt I moved pretty much didn't collapse, so that's good. Over here though, we have a creek, and we've had this creek overflow worse before. Holy shit, YouTube. Look at the Temples Road is underwater over there. Oh my God. Dude, that's getting close to our building. That shit's moving. It's up at the second tree. Holy crap. This is serious rain. But it was back before they added this new drain. The new drain doesn't keep up. Even though they added a drain that's much larger than the old drain, it still obviously wasn't enough. The water came up, I'm not exactly sure at what height it came up, but I can see the grass is matted down up by those trees, and I can see some stuff here. So it clearly flooded at least up past our little fire pit, or at least around the fire pit. So yeah, there was definitely water moving around the fire pit based on where the stuff's going. And you can see all of these reeds were knocked down, so you can tell the water went up at least that high over there. And it's still moving pretty good. So this is, a good 8-ish hours after the storm, and the water's still flowing really well. It was strong, really strong, like I said, enough that the water flew over. It came over our driveway, which I don't think we've ever seen that before. Clearly some water came down there. That's normal, that happens in storms. But right out here, you can see there's a bunch of twigs and sticks and stuff. Obviously the water couldn't go through this drain fast enough. So there's a little drain right there, and that could not keep up with how much water was coming down that bigger drain. I don't think that's enough that we need to do anything about that. That's fine if it kind of goes over the road right there or over the driveway. Surprised that didn't wash out more of this dirt. So I added this dirt right here so that when trailers, you can see that tire mark right there. So when trailers would come through, you can see they've been scraping the crap out of our driveway. Hopefully that stops that. Now here's what's crazy is the water definitely flowed over the road, and it washed out a bunch of the stuff that they just did. So they just spent a ton of effort redoing a bunch of crap here. Look at that. You can see the sticks and all this stuff just piled up here. Obviously it flowed, and it must have floated up at least over this level. So that means you can tell that's how high it got. You can imagine how much the water would be over all that. Look at it. All of these grasses and whatever are knocked down, so water came all the way up past here. So yeah, it was pretty high. And look at the size of this tree trunk that ended up on the road right here. Somehow this big thing floated and came right here. That's nuts. Look at that. That's crazy. But here's what's nuts. So the water was rushing over this road. You can see it dug out right there. All that got kind of washed out. But look at this. This is brand new stuff. Look at all the dirt under the concrete is gone. All of this right here, gone. All of that right there, gone. So the water came way out over here. Look at that. It's still matted down over here. It came out all the way over here. I mean, you can now see that's how much water it flooded. This is a huge amount of water. Yeah, I was sitting at home and I heard it raining, and it was so much rain that my gutters were overflowing, and it just wasn't able to keep up. Look, it sucks, but it's also good. We kind of got a real world test of our newly dug out hill, and it failed, which is great because I'd rather take care of it now before we start redoing the asphalt, which is another thing we've been debating. Do we do asphalt or do we do concrete? And we're leaning heavily towards concrete because we feel like the asphalt is just going to fail again, given they said the problem is when the first guys did the asphalt, they didn't do enough base, and they didn't dig it down far enough, and I agree. And so for them to dig down far enough and do enough base, it's going to cost pretty close to the same as asphalt anyway, or sorry, as concrete. So we might as well look into doing concrete, because then it's just kind of done, and we don't have to maintain it, we don't have to do sealing and all that shit. So I think that's where we're leaning, is we're going to do concrete. Yeah, so this is, the asphalt's totally failed. The water's getting under the asphalt, it's just hosed, it's done for. So it all needs to go, and so that's kind of the inspiration to do all of this, is to help prevent the water from going underneath it. Also, this makes it so we can use this back area and park cars in the back and stuff. So I guess I need to mop up a ton of water and figure out what all's going on, come up with a solution, probably rent a trencher or something, dig a big ass trench. I'm curious what it looks like back here. Probably looks really bad. Yeah, man, it flooded. Wow, up there. I hope it didn't get into the kitchen. I didn't see anything, but see what it looks like right here. Oh yeah. So, oh, all right, well, looks like I do have to do some dirt move stuff. That hill collapsed. Oh, you know what's going on there? That's from the neighbors. So the neighbors' water running down knocked down that hill, and look at that. It's spread it all over our property. Jeez. Honestly, that might have something to do with all this. So yeah, we're gonna have to dig a trench all the way down there. We're gonna have to figure out if our septic system's in the way or not. Man, look at this. That actually might be the reason we had this issue right here. Well, fun stuff. We're gonna have it's gonna be a frustrating day. Well, YouTube, I guess I'm gonna start cleaning up, and then I also have to edit videos today. It's Thursday. Oh yeah, it's Thursday, which means we have the Thursday night live tonight at 8 p.m. Central. Join us. We'll talk about stuff, hopefully better, positive stuff. We need to buy some cars, so if you need to sell a car, we're looking at buying Ferraris, especially 430s, 360s, 458s, 488s. Those are kind of our bread and butter. We love those cars the most. So if you happen to have one of those and you want to sell it, reach out to us, sales@ngsupercars.com. I'm going to go wallow in my sorrows for a few minutes, and then I'll start cleaning up some stuff and editing videos. So it's going to be a long day. All right, YouTube, poor Alan is doing the worst job ever. So we had to pull the PPF off on this yellow car, which so far, knock on wood, is going reasonably well as far as not removing the paint. But the adhesive on the PPF separated from the PPF and is stuck on the paint. He has to manually remove all the adhesive, and looks like an absolute pain in the ass. I'm about to run over and go rent a tractor with the excavator thing, a backhoe, basically, because, well, we need to dig a trench. And so, as predicted, we ordered stuff to do a French drain, and Home Depot didn't deliver today because they just, I guess, get to randomly choose when to deliver instead of honoring the date they promise when you buy stuff. I ordered 20 more yards of limestone, of crushed limestone that we will use to put over everything. I guess Farmer Dan's still here. He didn't go away. He just took a nap. Oh yeah, Farmer Dan's back. We got us a tractor. Josh is so excited. He's like, I gotta get on this thing, gotta check it out. Well, hopefully this will do the job. We got us a little tiny backhoe. It's just a wee little guy. Still diesel.
I have no idea how to use this thing. I gotta figure it out.
Throttle, you want to give it a little throttle before you... Nope. That's going forward and back.
Okay, that's forward and back?
Yep.
Okay.
So like
What are these pedals for?
I don't know. Your throttle's over there.
Right here?
Yeah. So I go just a little throttle. That big stick right there lifts the buckets, pull it back. You turn it side to side, that's how you rotate it. And you have to turn the seat around to do this thing.
Oh, does it rotate?
Yeah, somehow, I don't know how yet, but just, yeah, that's up and down. That's and then that.
Okay, I got it.
And then that one left and right. I think
Oh,
it makes
man.
it go left and right. Yeah, right?
Okay, so we'll raise this up.
Yeah.
Raise that off the wall.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we got to start back there. I think we dig it all the way. All that's a creek. We'll fill the gravel.
Fill the trench.
Yeah, trench all the way back.
Someone's gonna say I'm driving it wrong, I'm sure.
Of course. All right, we've been working on this for a couple hours. What we've been doing is just basically putting the bucket down and then just dragging it down, kind of cutting a trench, and you can see the water is flowing hard. So we're gonna let it drain overnight because it's so muddy. It's almost impossible to work with when it's this muddy. So I think based on our map, the pipe will end somewhere around here, which will be perfect if it kind of ends and then can flow naturally towards the stream. That'll be ideal. I need to bring my boots tomorrow because it's so muddy. Let me show you what we've got going on down here. It's I'm trying not to step in the mud. I'm wearing my okay shoes. God Lord. I probably should have moved the Mustang, huh? Oh well. Jeez, look at this. Are you gonna have it cut there?
I'm just trying to have it.
Oh, just having it go.
This water's not moving.
Well, look how much it's flowing right there. I think it's going. It's just, jeez.
This water over here is stagnant. It's coming from like over there, kind of flowing this way. And this is getting to the point where it might stop pretty soon.
Yeah, that was my thinking. Is do I need to dig a trench from where that rock is over?
Well, let's just see what happens with this.
Let it sit overnight. Oh, you can see it flowing now.
Yeah.
Do I need to cut a little bit deeper right there? Man, this whole thing's just like right where the root, just see where it kind of, no, it seems to be working.
Right here is where it's going to stop.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty deep over there.
Yeah.
And it's not very deep right here, so this needs to be deeper right here so the water can just find
What
its
a
way
pain in
out.
the ass.
Oh,
This whole thing's such a pain in the ass. Oh lordy. Well, I ordered 20 tons of crushed limestone, so we'll coat all this mud in it. Stupid pain in the ass this is. All right, well, we'll probably see you guys tomorrow. It's Thursday, so we'll see you at the Thursday Night Live if you're watching that, 8 p.m. Central. And we're gonna let this drain for a while. Yay.
The next day.
Good morning, YouTube. It's now Friday, so we're here early because it's supposed to get up into the mid-90s today with the humidity. It's going to be really sucky out there. Well, we need to dig a lot of dirt today, so we're going to dig a big old trench, probably about 200 feet or more, and I've got 20 yards of crushed limestone coming later today. And also, I got a couple bids coming for the concrete. Just got the first one. Nearly $30,000. I was hoping it would be 20. I kind of prepared my butt for 20 to 25. 30 is, oh, man. The shittiest part is it's not even the concrete that's the expensive part. It's the excavation of the old asphalt. It costs almost as much to remove the old asphalt as it did to put down the asphalt. How in the f does that make sense? Well, anyway, let's put on our boots and I'll show you what's going on today. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start about right here and start trenching. So we're gonna dig about a foot deep, maybe a little bit more, all the way down, all the way to the creek. And some spots are gonna have to be a little bit deeper because you can see it kind of rises right there. So right there it's gonna have to be slightly deeper. We got a lot of digging to do. And later today, like I said, I got 20 tons of crushed limestone coming, so It's not what I wanted to be doing again. I was hoping I would be able to retire Farmer Dan, but I guess not. This is the life of running a business, owning your own property, all that fun stuff. Well, this is annoying. I was using the tractor for all of 10 minutes and the front right tire went flat. And it like almost rolled off the wheel. One annoying thing after another. I'm gonna see if I can't just put some air in it and see if it'll seat, and if not, I guess I'm gonna buy some Fix-A-Flat or something, because god damn it.
A few moments later.
Can't believe my fucking luck. I guess I'm gonna have to take the tire to a tire repair place, because I can't get it to get any air. This is such bullshit. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm just trying to do this, and everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong. Absolute nightmare.
2,000 years later.
Let me tell you, YouTube, today's gonna be one of those days. Got another quote on the concrete. $35,000. It's going the wrong way. Anyway, got the tire fixed. So just a quick shout out again to the guys at Velocity Tire. I've promoted them before. They are not sponsors or anything. I just think they're a damn good company, and the guys there are really good. They fixed that tire like super quick. Just boom, banged it out, awesome. And I got tires ordered for the truck because it needed tires. They're just good guys. So if you want to support a local business run by local people, check out Velocity Tire here in Liberty Hill. Oh man, I'm just getting frustrated. Well, yeah, ran out of toilet paper. That's always a bad day. Thank God we have a bidet. Anyway, I'm sure you wanted to know that. Well, let's continue digging some shit. I got one guy coming to give another quote at 11, another one coming at 2. I got someone coming to get some dirt because I just posted, hey, free dirt. So I'm gonna give away some dirt. Why not? It's gonna be a long day, YouTube. All right, so got 3 estimates so far: 28,000, 35,000, 33,600. It's not looking good for us, guys. It's gonna be quite pricey. That's more than it costs us to pave everything initially. You know what really sucks is the one quote, it's broken down on the cost to remove the asphalt, and that costs almost as much as paving the whole damn thing. Man, we got so screwed. right, taking a quick break from being a farmer, and we've got our first piece of signed memorabilia, I guess the right term?
Maybe you know who
Tune
this is.
88. So look at that. 2 NG Supercars, Pro Bowl 86, 87, 88, all the best. Altune, Team MVP 86, 87, 88.
Ring of Honor, I think that says.
Ring of Honor
Maybe?
2011. Ah,
It's cool.
that's
And he
cool.
sent us a picture.
And we got a picture. Check it out. Nice.
We're gonna hang. We'll get a special
Yeah.
frame for this and hang
So
it up.
he's buying the yellow car. How cool is that? I think in the future, anytime we get cool clients like that send us stuff, we'll have to like start a wall of cool stuff like that. That's really cool. That actually kind of makes my day a little bit. Well, we got all the gravel, and it's a boatload of gravel. 2 truckfuls, 20 yards of gravel. So I've got the trench around the building. Actually, it's kind of handy having it still have water in it because I can see if the water's flowing or not, and in some spots it's not flowing, so I need to dig it deeper. But check this out. That's a big pile of gravel. Also, the dump truck really did a number on the asphalt. I mean, it's just done. The asphalt's just done. Yeah. Well, balls. All right, YouTube. It is extraordinarily hot today. It's like 95 degrees, really high humidity. And I think I have most of the trench dug to what I want. So here's what we got so far. Might have to go a little bit deeper, but I think that's about it, honestly. It's about a good 6 inches deep. Yeah, might have to go a little bit deeper. Might have to do a second pass and dig it out a second time. It's getting to hard stuff. There's a lot of like big rocks and boulders and stuff, which is actually like, where the hell did these come from? They must have been buried. Some archaeological survey. So muddy. Everything is just absolutely caked in mud. But as you can see, the water now runs through the trench all the way back there. So I've got it up to about where the Mustang is. I haven't quite gone past that. Yeah, it is just unbelievable amount of work. So what we'll do is we'll lay down the whatever it's called, like the geo something fabric, and then on top of that we'll put like a layer of the crushed limestone. Then we'll have our French drain pipe, and then we'll have more crushed limestone that will wrap it with the fabric and then cover everything in crushed limestone. Like all of this area will be just tons and tons of crushed limestone. So hopefully then the water can run through the limestone and fall into this trench and go that way. So the good news is, because the water is kind of flowing as I dig it, it's showing me that I'm getting the grade correct, which is great. So that means it is actually flowing that way for the most part. I'm sure not all of it, but most of it. Yeah, you can see it actually goes up a little bit here, so the trench had to get a lot deeper right here, which makes it challenging. Over here is where it's going to be a pain in the ass. This stuff is like straight muck. Like, it's just gross, nasty mud, hard to get traction. So digging this out is going to be really annoying. Good news is I think we can get it maybe past the shed, about where the tractor is right there, and then hopefully like terminate the pipe, but kind of dump out into the yard. I don't care if it floods that side of the yard, because that's all heading towards the stream. I think I'm gonna call it quits for the day, honestly, because it is so hot. And that tractor, all the heat from the tractor just like comes up and like covers you. I need to answer this. All right, YouTube, we are dialing in the timing belts on Scott's car. So we've got it TDC, swapping out the belts, putting new tensioners and new bearings, and it's gonna be beautiful. Oh, look at that. Look at that shiny new pulley. Oh, you already did both.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sucker's dialed in.
I like to put the belts on and let them sit for like 20 minutes and then redo the tension on them, because they stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
See, they've already stretched since we put them on.
It's compressed some.
Yep.
Yeah, but the tension probably has a different hertz again.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds a little lower. It's so weird doing that. All right, YouTube, we've got the time belt service is basically done on Josh's car, so put in spark plugs, bolting stuff back up. Should be good to go on Monday. Yellow car, we got the PPF off. The headliner just got redone. We need to do a few more things on this car and we'll get that all situated. This car just got the flywheel back on, so rear main seals replaced, pilot bearings replaced. Gonna do the clutch after we replace that line. So that hose right there, that's the one that was broke. So we got a new one for it. So there's that. But I guess that's kind of it for now. So, oh my God, it's Friday. So we're gonna go home and drink some beer and have a weekend. Nice. Well, on that note, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Eventually.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's Monday. So I need to get everything situated and figure out what the heck I'm doing today. Well, I can tell you this much. I've been spending the last few hours on the computer already. So I kind of got in and then went straight to the computer and just started banging away emails and orders and other stuff. So now I'm kind of caught up on that. I need to kind of catch up on the shop. So it looks like I gotta figure out where we're at with this car. I think we still gotta swap out the trans bushing. We got the new hose for the trans cooler. So I think that, oh, that has not been replaced yet. You can see here is the janky JB weld fix on that one. Okay, so we need to get that fixed, and then I think we can start putting stuff back in. I think Scott's car is almost ready to fire up, so we just need to button up a few things, I believe, and hopefully we should have that running today. Josh is working at some stuff at home. He had a bunch of paperwork and some other stuff. I know you guys are like, oh, Josh never does anything, or some of you guys, I should say, but he does actually do a lot of work online and at home and whatever. So anyway, he's doing a bunch of paperwork for the DMV. Fun. This car, we're gonna start putting the exhaust in and bunches of other stuff in this car later this week. So this car will be getting a lot of work done. Finally got our first real offer on the LC. We passed it along to the owner. We're gonna see if he'll take it or not. 360, this one. Wow, the paint is looking so much better. So the PPF has been removed. I don't know if you guys remember, this car had the world's jankiest PPF. That's been removed. So that's great. Alan came in on the weekend and did a paint correction on it, and it looks phenomenal. We also took off the wheels because the wheels we're gonna send out to get fixed because there's a bunch of paint chips and other flaws on those. And then we do have to fix like one or two things on this car, and then it should be good to go. Good news, it rained pretty hard over the weekend and the water did not come into the shop. So I don't know if that's just it didn't rain hard enough or if the trench I dug took care of a lot of the water. So I have not been out back yet. I need to hop on the tractor and start digging stuff because we got stuff to do a French drain. So I have this fabric that you put down first in the trench, and then I have a giant pile of hose.
Where my hose at?
I haven't seen them.
So we have this screened hose that you put down, and that's got perforations in it, and that should suck in the water. And then this hose, which will let it run even further. And we have these drain boxes right here, which will be at the start and in the middle, that will hopefully just absorb a ton of the water. Which means it looks like I'm gonna have to dig the thing deeper because, well, yeah. Also got a ton of quotes on the driveway. The lowest quote we got so far, $28,000, and it's by some guys who are kind of sketch, and I don't think they have insurance and stuff, so probably not gonna go with them. The lowest real quote from a company is $29,000. The highest quote so far is $40,000. So I don't think we'll be going with the $40,000 quote. Also got a quote to remove the tree, $8,000, because that tree is dead. I didn't know it was so I knew it was gonna be expensive. I didn't think it was gonna be that expensive to remove a tree. I think for $8,000, we will let that tree sit for a little bit longer and just keep falling apart. So I need to hop on the tractor before it gets too hot and dig some stuff. That's gonna be my goal today. Is I would love to have the trench finished and the French drain finished, because tomorrow I have to fly out at 5 in the morning to Oklahoma City to go look at a car for a consultation client. Yeah, it's gonna be an exhausting week. All right, well, let's hustle. Okay, YouTube, it is ungodly hot and humid out there, and I decided to dig the trench a little bit deeper, so now it's closer to 2 feet deep. My thinking is that way some of the water that doesn't go in the French drain will just naturally go into the trench and kind of flow within the trench, because we're gonna be using this limestone to fill the trench. It's pretty porous, you know, there's gonna be a lot of space for water and shit to go. So I just dug this out a lot deeper, I think this section is good enough to lay down the fabric, put in a layer of the limestone, and then put in the French drain. I am exhausted. This is really, really, really annoying, difficult work, very hot and shitty. So it sucks a lot. So on the other side of the fence, yeah, we'll hopefully get some progress done on the cars in the shop. I don't know, I'm so exhausted, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna sit down in the air conditioning for a few minutes. Okay, so I put another pass with the bucket and dug it about another bucket deep. So it's probably about 2 feet deep now. Much deeper, yeah. See, so I only did this section right here. I think I'm gonna lay this section down because to dig out that section, I could either come in from the other side or come in from this way. I think it's gonna be a lot easier if I fill in this side and get it all done and then kind of join it up there, and that way I can pour down all the gravel and everything and actually just drive on this. Look at the size of that rock that I had to dig out. That thing's nuts. It's gotta weigh a couple 100 pounds. Joys of excavating a ton of crap. Oh my god, YouTube is hot. It's only like 92, but the heat index is like 106 or 108 because of the humidity. Oh, we've just been sweating. But check this out. Ta-da! Sort of. First section is basically all set. Wow, I can walk back here, not get coated in mud. That's awesome. Still needs to be like kind of laid out and everything, but all right, here's the next section. So right here, going all the way to down there, we gotta dig this deeper. So I gotta dig it out another bucket. But progress. So we kind of figured out a system of how to do it. Painstakingly slow at first, and then it kind of goes a little bit faster. But whew, what a bitch! This is so awful. Well, hopefully we'll get this finished up this week or so. Air conditioning's wonderful. Okay, YouTube, it's after 6 o'clock, and oh, I gotta stop my time lapse there. Okay, yeah, we've been working on this all day, and let me tell you, this is the suckiest thing. And I'm not gonna say ever, but it's pretty sucky. So, all right, we got the drain there, French drain, all of this section. Big trench, and the rock covering it. We used the silt guards or whatever. We got this drain in, and we started making the bend. So now it's got this section right here. I did whack the Mustang with the tractor. Oops. I probably should turn the Mustang, but honestly now it's almost too late, so it is what it is. So now we get to run that way. So let me tell you, this is quite the task. Well, I'm supposed to check on where we're at in the shop. I'm so tired. I need to drink like a shit ton of water. I'm ready for a nap. Oh, I gotta get up at 5, or I gotta be at the airport at 5, before 5. It's gonna suck. Okay, let's see where we're at. I believe the clutch is in on that car. We broke a tensioner pulley on Scott's car, so we ordered that part. Should be here later. And Josh is, I don't know, what are you doing?
Just working on this.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, I will see you super early tomorrow, and that's gonna suck. So we'll go look at a 4:30 in Oklahoma.
Eventually.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's actually now Wednesday. I didn't film anything on Tuesday, and let me tell you, Tuesday was a hell of a day. It was very boring, but it was a very, very, very long day. So I had to get up around 3 a.m. so I could get to the airport about 5 a.m. and catch a flight. And I made it up to Oklahoma. I went to Oklahoma City, checked out the car, ended up spending longer than usual looking at the car. Battery was dead, so I had to swap in the new battery and some other stuff and blah blah. Anyway, the car's fine. I need to talk to the consultation client and see if they want to buy the car or not. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. We knew this car was going to have some flaws. It has some flaws. The flaws are all within expectation, and I think that's the real important thing here. Is every car you buy, no matter what, it's going to have something wrong with it. It's a matter of, is it in line with what you think is going to be wrong with it, or does it have some outsized issue that's going to cost a fortune or some other thing like that. Everything seems pretty typical on it. It's normal 4:30 stuff. Nothing that was like, oh God, what's that? I get to the airport. I'm supposed to catch a flight at like 4, and I'll get home at like 7:30. Well, waiting for the flight, sitting there editing videos, trying to get stuff ready, doing some work, and they delay my flight, and then delay it again, and then I miss my connection. So I'm not gonna be able to make my connection in Dallas. And so next thing you know, I'm not getting home until after midnight. So I was up for 21, 22 hours straight. That sucked. It's a long day. I'm tired. And then my kid woke me up early today. So I'm running on, for the last 48 hours, I've got about 6 hours of sleep. I'm tired. And we need to do a bunch of trench digging today. So it's early. I'm gonna start digging right now before I do emails and stuff. Normally I do emails and stuff in the morning and get that done. Today I wanna start digging before it gets hot, because it's supposed to be in the 90s, and yeah, it's gonna be sweaty and nasty and gross. So I'm gonna start digging. I might have to borrow Nathan for some help so he can become a sweaty mess too. My goal is I want to try and get all the trenching and all that stuff done today, so that tomorrow I can just take the tractor back and be done with it. Oh, good news. We have a concrete company is going to redo our driveway this coming weekend. So they're coming on Saturday. I told them they could come on the weekdays, but they said, oh, we do it on a Saturday. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna complain about that. So obviously I'm gonna come here and just kind of check over, make sure everything's going well with that. Yeah, we need that bad. The asphalt's just failing fast now. Now that the water really got under it and stuff, it's just toast. We really need to finish up doing all the other heavy equipment before they bring out their stuff and do the concrete, because I don't want to screw up our brand new concrete. So that's the plan for the day. So let's have at it. All right, YouTube, spent a couple hours digging more trench. Let me show you where we're at. I am partially confident we'll get it done today. So the only reason I think we might have some problem is I think we're gonna run out of the limestone. I may have to get another 10 to 15 yards. May have to do that tomorrow, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. I would like to have it be just a lot of rock, so we don't even have to worry about mud or any of that crap. So here's where we're at. I showed you all of this, I think, last time. So got the trench going right here. We gotta lay the last of the French drain, so that will go that way. So we'll get this all the way down until the actual French drain pipe ends. Then once it ends, we'll put a coupler, and we're gonna use regular pipe. And you can see I dug the trench all the way to the creek. The hope is French drain will collect the water, and then solid pipe will just move it and dump it out into the creek all the way over there. So the good news is this stuff is actually sort of dry today. Once you get down a little bit, it's still pretty nasty, but I think we have it deep enough. Everything's pretty deep, because once once the end of the French drain is done, it just needs to have gravity. It doesn't need to be so deep that it acts as a sink for all the water. So the problem is this has turned out to be a lot of the limestone. So we've used up maybe half the limestone, and we've only gone 40 feet. So another 40 feet or so, and we're gonna use up the rest of it. And we've got probably 150 feet to go. So yeah, I think we're gonna need 10 to 15 more yards. I'll probably just do 15. I'd rather have too much than too little, and we can just spread it out all over the place. Maybe I should call him, see if I can't get him to deliver it late today. Crap sticks. Well, should be able to wrap this up today, and then holy shit, we just need it to rain and test it out. I don't know, part of me is like, run the faucet and turn a hose on it, but it's nowhere near enough volume. I mean, it's not even anything compared to what actually happens when it rains. Also, just talked to the concrete guy. They're gonna drop off a bunch of rebar and a bobcat pretty soon, so nice, making stuff happen. I'm super excited about that. Oh yeah, I don't know if the deal went through or not, but we had a solid offer on the LC, so that might actually be sold pretty soon. All right, I'm gonna do computer stuff. I haven't caught up on all that, so let's do that and sit in some air conditioning. All right, YouTube, it's starting to get pretty damn hot, and dug another pass across the entire back of the trench, so now it's closer to 2 feet deep. I think it's good to go. We're doing this Klein exhaust, so this is that 458 that we've had sitting in the corner of the shop forever, the poor thing. Well, the Klein exhaust finally came in. This is a full Klein Inconel exhaust. This is going to sound phenomenal.
Pinnacle.
And it's got the heat wrapping. I mean, just look at that. Yeah, it weighs nothing.
It weighs nothing.
Just gorgeous. Absolutely wonderful. Craftsmanship on it is just phenomenal. It's amazing.
This whole rear section too probably only weighs like I don't know,
10 pounds?
10 pounds maybe.
Yeah. The whole thing's got to be shaving at least 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Not to mention just the sound that we're going to get.
Oh, we went with sport cats, that's right.
Yeah, he's got sport cats. Yeah, this thing's going to be badass. Absolutely badass. Well, let me show you what we got, and then I think it's time to start burying the rest of the hose. And then, yeah, the hose. Them hose need to be buried. That sounds like a Las Vegas problem. What have we done? I don't know. We got to bury the hose. Then Mike Tyson shows up. I dumped off a couple more scoops of gravel to this area just to kind of level it out a bit more, so you can see it's nice and mostly level. Still gotta go through really and just drive over it a bunch, pack it in, and just, you know, go with a shovel and really manually do a bunch of stuff. We're gonna be right here and burying this. As we bury it, we'll add rock underneath it, then put the pipe, then put stuff on top, all the way until the hose ends, which will be somewhere, I don't know, I'm guessing in this area. And now you can see it goes all the way down there, all the way to the creek, and it's about 2 feet deep the entire way. So that is a lot of digging. It's a lot of stupid crap. Let's work on this, get this buried, make this thing done so that we can resume normal operations at the shop. That's the goal, right? Have it so that we actually don't have to do this sort of stuff and focus on actually doing the stuff that makes us money. Speaking of, Josh is flying out tomorrow. He's doing a 2-day trip and he's looking at 5 cars. So if everything goes right, there's gonna be 5 cars transacting after Thursday and Friday. It's gonna be, well, something we need. I think I'm just gonna chill and sit down for a few minutes. Let me tell you, it gets so hot out there.
Later.
Well, YouTube, it's basically done. I need to smooth it out and distribute the last of my limestone, but it's basically done. And actually I can scoop up some of this stuff and spread this out because this is all gonna be concrete soon. I'll probably spread some of the limestone right here since it's kind of regular dirt right now and it'll get muddy. All right, we've got limestone. Center of this is the drain. Drain goes all the way back here. Again, it needs to be smoothed out. It's very wavy right now, but look at that. And then somewhere in this area right here is about where the actual French drain stops and becomes just hose. So it's got no perforation and stuff. So that's why the rest of this we could just bury with regular old dirt. So all that trench all the way down there is buried with dirt. Whew. Okay. I'm so happy to be basically done with it. So yeah, I gotta spread out The rest of those rocks, again, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm just so tired. I need to sit in air conditioning and do something else. This rebar, that's okay, not sure where that came from, but dug it out of something. So we'll spread out tons of that gravel over all of this, try and make it smooth so that we can actually drive cars. And then I guess we just gotta wait for the first big rain to see if the damn thing works. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so pissed. Oh my God, I'm gonna be pissed. 'Cause that's a couple thousand more dollars. So this whole project's probably costed about $4,000 now. Yeah, it's about $4,000 plus about, I don't know, almost 2 weeks of my time. But a lot of people are like, oh, you should have hired professionals. So they wanted $12,000 to $15,000 to take out the hill, and I'm gonna guess at least $15,000 to put in that French drain. I think we did pretty good, saving over $20,000 on that. I'll keep the 20 grand, thanks. Well, concrete people are coming on Saturday. Josh looks stumped.
No, good.
Oh,
I'm just frustrated with how long this has taken me.
Oh, okay, well, trade you.
I'll trade you.
I'm ready to work on cars again.
Well, you don't have to go travel tomorrow and I gotta get a 5 a.m. flight in the morning.
Oh, well, I'm still recovering from my 5 a.m. flight yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we have some new cars hopefully coming soon. Three new cars.
Is it 2 cars we're looking at for consultations?
No, all 3 are to buy.
I thought there was 5 cars total.
Oh, no, all 5 of them are to buy.
So there's 5 cars, not 3.
Well, yes. 2 of them are trade-ins.
Well, trade-ins, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're not Ferraris, unfortunately, but they're still cool.
Yeah.
3 Ferraris, 2 non-Ferraris.
Yeah, we need that. We need that inventory bad. Well, hopefully that all goes well. So you won't see Josh tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and answer emails. For the first time in my life, I want to answer emails. All right, YouTube, tomorrow's Thursday Night Live. I'm gonna go home early because I've slept maybe 6 or 7 hours in the last 48 hours. I am tired. Tomorrow, Megan has the day off, tomorrow and Friday, so I'm gonna play hooky with my wife, but I actually still need to come to the shop and finish up playing with the tractor tomorrow morning, so I'll do that first. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully you'll join us at the live stream.
Tomorrow.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's Thursday, which means it's the end of this week's day in the life of running our dealership, or week in the life. So what do we got going on? Well, we have a pending possible deal on the LC, but it's going very slow, so I don't know if that's going to actually come through or not. No offers yet on the 458, the black 458. Well, that's not entirely true. We've had lots of offers, lots of trade-in requests, nothing of interest. Yellow car, wheels are out, getting fixed. Should have those soon. A couple other things we got to fix up on it, and then that car is ready. We got 2 cars that we're trading in on that car. This 430 is basically, I think the transmission's ready to go back in. So I think Alan will probably be working on that today. Scott's 360, waiting on 1 part. As soon as that part gets here, we can actually finish up this sucker and send it on its way to Scott. 458 on the lift, new Klein exhaust. Oh yeah, you're gonna see that in the next video and be able to hear it, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. Cannot wait. These are one of our favorite exhausts. They're just absolutely amazing. Josh is still wrenching on his 355, and he is out in Florida today and then in Chicago tomorrow, trying to look at 5 cars for us to acquire. He's gonna be busy, and hopefully if that all works, we'll have some inventory. Hooray! That's it for now. We appreciate your guys' support. Check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services using the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And NG Supercars, our dealership website, which I know sucks, and we're still redoing it. So hopefully you'll see that soon. But that's it for now. We'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.